Liberal Senator Sarah Henderson. Sarah, thanks for your time this morning. So, do you support Susan Lee as leader?
Yes, I do, Pete, but let me say firstly that Australians don't like us talking about themselves, and of course there's nothing better in Canberra than with the journos and talking about leadership. It was always going to be a very tough gig to be the leader of the Liberal Party after what happened, and we had a very catastrophic loss at the last election. But what we are focusing on and trying to focus on is the things that really matter to Australians: high immigration, escalating energy prices, deteriorating living standards, and really big concerns about our economy. So I'm sorry that we are talking about ourselves. It's been not the best week for the Liberal Party. We have lost a great warrior for common sense, a wonderful person in Jacinta Price. I really regret that she has left the front bench under circumstances where I think that she wasn't given appropriate support. She was attacked viciously by the Labor Party. They were calling her a racist. These were really unfounded claims, which are frankly disgusting. But I do think that we need to do a better job at supporting our own, and that, unfortunately, with some of my colleagues, didn't happen.
What do you mean by that? Not enough support from whom?
Well, Jacinta made a mistake. She clarified her mistake and she expressed her regret. She spoke with various members of the Indian community and reiterated how much support she had for the Indian community. And what concerned me was that she never directly adversely reflected on Indian Australians. She made a mistake as to how she characterised Labor's immigration policy. And I don't think, in the wake of all of that, that she received enough support, particularly when she was being called a racist. These were disgusting allegations being levelled at her, a fine Indigenous woman, by Labor MPs, and Julian Hill in particular I will name, just disgusting allegations from Julian Hill. And she needed to have better support. So, as I say, while I don't want to focus on ourselves, I think at times like this we need to be strong enough to back in our own, and particularly, we all make mistakes. Pete, we're all human. She made a mistake. She acted very quickly to correct it. But I think some of the anger was confected, and I think that's regrettable.
Okay, but support from whom? Are you talking about the leader, that Susan Lee perhaps should have supported her?
Look, I don't want to directly reflect on any particular colleague, but when someone is under attack from the Labor Party, we need to do a better job at backing our own in. I certainly did. I went on radio earlier in the week and I said this was disgusting. Labor was fundamentally failing Australians. Immigration is too high. And so Jacinta is expressing concerns that many Australians share. She is a politician of great courage and conviction. She's never been afraid to speak the truth. But when she was attacked, and I think unfairly attacked, and when some of these allegations were conflated and misrepresented, it was certainly misrepresented as to what she said, I think our own people needed to do a better job to back her in. I certainly did. I think she's a great Australian, and she, of course, will continue to be a warrior for the people of the Northern Territory and for all Australians on issues that matter, including, of course, energy and high immigration.
Sarah, the negative headlines were allowed to bleed out for almost 2 weeks. Should a decision from Susan Lee have been made earlier?
Well, as I say, I think that if the correct characterisation had been made in terms of what Jacinta said, this was allowed to run on, and there was briefing out against Jacinta. That was regrettable also. And she's not a wallflower. She's not going to sit back and not stand up for what she believes in, and she certainly did that. Again, Pete, I don't think it's particularly edifying to be speaking about ourselves at a time when the economy is going backwards, when Labor has refused to deliver those critical aged care places, when energy prices are soaring. Australians want us to do a really good job standing up for them and also holding the Albanese government to account. That is our focus. And as part of that, and I think we can all learn lessons from this week, when the Labor Party attacks an Indigenous woman, falsely calls her a racist, which are disgusting allegations, we need to step up from the leader down and defend her. And I have to say, Ted O'Brien, the deputy leader, made some very compassionate remarks in relation to what a wonderful politician Jacinta was. He didn't put her under undue pressure, and I hope that we've all learned some lessons from this.
All right, we're out of time, but thanks for your time, Sarah. We'll chat again soon.